Hello everyone. Am I audible? Yeah. And should I say good morning because it's after lunch? I hope I'll not be boring you at all. Though my subject is legal rights of women, and I see more boys in a room than girls. So, firstly, I'll clear that though I'm very feminist, I will not entertain or I will not be biased in telling the legal rights of women. But the thing is that I'll definitely tell you why we need such laws in India. So I'll start. Is English okay for everyone? का मराठीत हवंय म्हणजे yeah, okay. Uh, so, first of all, I'll definitely try to tell you that why we need legal rights of women. Many of you might be thinking, "Kari, क्या है? लड़की है, औरत है, reservation and सब." So this all goes back to our social culture. Though you will not agree, but it is a completely male-dominated system still exists in India. It has a two-fold system before marriage and after marriage. Before marriage, we get all treatments equal with our siblings. If we have a boy or a brother, our parents treat us equally, at least now in today's generation. But when we go into marriage system, it is completely male-dominated with a very start of dowry. Means you will not understand or you will not agree that dowry is been taking place, but it is being taking place till date under different names like gifts, celebrations. So definitely why we want women laws, because in India, still in many cities, parents don't want girl child. They think that if we give birth to girl child, we're going to spend our entire life on spending her on education, her marriage expenses, her first child expenses, and everything. And at our older age, she will not be with us. So what's the use of giving birth to girl child, and woman struggles from their birth very soon. So our nation, our constitution, which empowers equality before law, our a constitution which gives right and protection to woman and child, and then we started enacting laws which protects woman and which works as a shield to woman to survive and to get treatment as a human being. I do feel that till that many a times woman gets objectified as a sex symbol, as a reproduction, for household works, for moral support. But unfortunately, many times women don't get treatment as a human being, and I think legal rights at least empowers women to ask for such treatment as a human. Have you heard anyone heard about PNDT or PCNDT Act? Anyone knows? It's prenatal conception. Means in your term, it's an act which prohibits to search a gender of a fetus before birth, in normal words. It prohibits any such test to know whether a fetus is a female fetus or a male fetus, and indirectly saving a girl child from getting killed in the womb of a mother. Why we need that? Because when I was born and I was raising and I was roaming in Pune before 20, 25 years, 30 years, there were used to have advertisements in local buses, city buses. 100 रुपयात गर्भपात. 100 रुपयात गर्भपात means miscarriage in 100 rupees. These were the public places and they were showing the advertisements on buses, on roads, when there was no such act. In late 90s, when this act got enacted in parliament, things got banned publicly. And now the case is that no parent kills their female fetus easily. Means some areas they do illegally, and in India we tend to break rules, but still it's not officially gets terminated because of the fetus is of female gender. So at least these acts empowers and entitles women to get birth. Second law or second right is right to education. Still, in many families which have lesser economical resources, they feel कि अरे बेटी को पढ़ा के क्या करना है? After all, she'll be going to her matrimonial house. Though will make her highly educated, her salary will be with her husband. He will have all the charge of her salary. So instead, I will give the priority to my male child or my boy, and I will spend more money on my boy to get education because he will be my budhape ka sahara. Again, the things go to our social system that a girl changes her house and her surname after marriage, and she is not in a position to look after her parents in their older age as our parents feel this. So again, we have a right to education by which a woman can get education and can get equal opportunities with boys. So this is another right that at least girls will get good education when they will have in any circumstances, unfortunate circumstances, they will at least get good jobs, they will try to earn themselves and they will try to feed themselves. And so right to education also empowers women to get education. The next act comes, or next right comes, is equal opportunity in public and private sectors. And in workers area, there is minimum wages, equal wages. So why this? Because as we know, in labor work, women gets less amount of salary than men, because that person who are in charge of them, they feel that women are less physically powerful to carry the same work as man does. And so they get less salary. But this Labor Act empowers women to get equal salary with man. Apart from this, have you heard about POSH Act? Yeah. So POSH Act is a prohibition to harass women in corporate or in companies or at workplaces, and the thing is they have to have some internal committee to check whether there was any harassment, because in every sector, when this POSH Act was not there, women always was having that sexual harassment, and sexual harassment doesn't involve any direct sexual activities, but a verbal abuse. Nowadays, these smartphones are there, so showing upon videos, even a bad joke can also means like harassment a woman at workplace. So this act really helping a lot in corporates, in employments, and they are really protecting women from getting harassed in any ways. Means in POSH, we don't need actual physical involvement. If your boss suggests you, just have a dinner, let's have a lunch, let's have a picnic together, and if that woman doesn't like it, she can complain. So this is very powerful act to protect women to work peacefully at her workplaces. And sometimes in previous era, women used to leave their jobs. Here I'm not getting good treatment, my boss is harassing me, everybody is harassing me, I'm getting targeted, they are objectifying me and I don't want to work, I don't feel safe. But this POSH Act is really very helpful. Nowadays, when there are more than 11 employees on payroll, every organization has to have that committee to entertain a woman's complaint if she has such harassment at workplaces. So POSH Act is also very much important for women's life, and it also protects, and woman can use these provisions to protect herself. The next, if we enter into our marriage system, you all know that there is a Child Marriage Prohibition Act, which also empowers women not to get married if she doesn't want. And the child marriage is completely banned. It's a voidable marriage. And if a woman goes and files a complaint that I don't want to be in this marriage, this act applies. In many areas, still in small amount, there are child marriages, but the percentage has been greatly reduced. Previously, they used to have child marriages very officially, very openly, but nowadays, Due to this act, people who want to do this, they have to do in hide, and they have to do uh, by hiding all the things or manipulating everything. They are not entitled to do it very easily. Just like I was telling you that in previous era in Pune, they used to have advertisement that abortion in 100 rupees, just like that. So child marriage is also very useful. Means places where I heard in Rajasthan they used to have big amount of child marriages, and now I think the percentage has been reduced. So Dowry Prohibition Act, we everybody know. Previously, large amount of dowries has been taken place. Women used to get killed when they don't provide proper dowry amounts. They used to get harassed at their marital houses. Her in-laws, her husband, her relatives used to harass her कि जाके कार लेके आओ, पैसा लेके आओ, ज्वेलरी लेके आओ, ये सब. So Dowry Prohibition Act also protects women, and it is really effective in large number in India. Dowry Prohibition Act really helps women and her parents, that if somebody is asking dowry, they can definitely file police complaint and they can get protection. Another is Divorce Act, Hindu Marriage Act. I think everybody is bit aware. In divorce, what happens? There are 13 conditions on grounds which woman can seek a divorce, and this law empowers woman to break a marriage tie if she doesn't get a proper treatment as a wife, as a human being. So Divorce and Hindu Marriage Act also empowers woman to live peacefully in her married life. Another legal right which is very interesting is a Domestic Violence Act. I think everybody is aware about domestic violence, and there are a lot of jokes and there are a lot of memes about that, various reels on Domestic Violence Act. But see, that act is really important, because in some cases, woman doesn't want divorce, but she wants her husband to treat her properly. Her husband to treat her nicely as a wife, not as a slave, not as a worker, and not as an entertainer. Because various times we hear in our domestic lives, husband taunts, you can't cook properly, you don't look properly, you are very black, and you are very fat, and something like that. Even they insult her due to her family background, that you are from very poor family, your parents are very bad, and it's my misfortune that I got married to you, and you are not raising our kids properly, you are not doing your domestic duties properly. So these all are have the protection, or these all things are treated as a violence. Means again I'm coming to ground zero ki for violence, it's not necessary the husband should hit his wife every time. There is no need to show the physical harm. But such taunts, being a woman very sensitive, such taunts hamper woman a lot behind, means at every point, if she gets such verbal abuse, it's very important to understand her mindset at that time, because she likes being with her husband, but she wants her husband to treat her properly. She doesn't want divorce. So this act is working in between this. Means if woman goes to police and file the domestic violence case, she doesn't have to leave her husband's house. She can stay there and fight for his bad behavior. So this is very useful act. This is very useful right which our government and our constitution has given, this domestic violence, and it is really working very nicely. Means I handle family issues, I handle family matters. Many times my client says, ma'am, I don't want divorce. I just want peace because I have kids, because I have my reason to be with this man. I don't want divorce, but I want a proper treatment. Sometimes women are economically independent, they are working, they are getting very good salary, but they are not emotionally strong. So what their husband does, he takes charge of her salary. He takes charge of her savings. He doesn't allow her to spend on some things which he doesn't agree. And this is also harassment, because if she is earning, she should have that liberty to spend suggestion is different thing, but controlling is a different thing. So economical harassment is also there, financial harassment, and actual physical harassment. It is also very much important to understand, though women are physically having different capacities than men, means though they have some different set of abilities, they reproduce which man don't, means they actually give birth which man don't. But that doesn't mean that man should hit them, man should do physical violence to them, though, because they are little weak, what we can say, at the time of when it comes to ground fight. So who allows a man to physically do violence against woman only because she is married to her? Is a marriage giving permission to do physical violence against his wife? No. And these terms are empowering women to stop the husband from entering into any physical violence against her. So these domestic violence really acting very nicely. So this is also good legal right. And nowadays, another right or another things which is coming surface, that when parents get older, they can also seek a protection of law from their kids, maybe a daughter or a son, and they can't charge maintenance from them. Means though it is general, but again it is empowering that old woman to get proper maintenance and proper care, and it is also a legal right. Again, I'm coming to law, because we live in India where constitution operates. We live in India where our life has been set and controlled by laws. And again, at older age, woman has this shield to ask for maintenance from her daughter or a son. So again, these are legal things. Means it's not that every time woman has to go and say कि अरे तू करेगा तो देख मैं क्या करूँ. It's not. It is just like an what you can say, indirect shield which woman carries herself when she roams and she roam around, or she live her life in her entire lifetime, in her matrimonial house, in society. Have you heard about outrage of modesty? Anyone? It is a non-bailable offense. Outrage of modesty means a man touches woman, and it's not like touching to her private part or inappropriate touching. It's not like, if he touched me like this, and if I don't like it, to me it is my outrage of modesty. So it's not that ki somebody is hugging me, somebody is kissing me, and then only I can ask for outrage. No. When I feel it's not appropriate, though it's only shake hand, but I didn't like touch, I can charge that man for outrage of modesty. And it is non-bailable offense. Have anybody seen the Pink movie? Might be somebody. I have saw a lot of times. I'm coming to that. Wait, let me finish this. So in Pink movie, they have good portrayed the defense done by that actress. Means she was get violence from her friend, and he was telling that she was inviting me, she was laughing, she was entertaining me, and that's why I felt that she needs this. And she was saying that I said no. This no is why, because this has been done by law to her. This is a shield given by law to her, that too, if she says no, it's no. And so these are the importance of legal rights. You all are going to become politicians, I heard. Like passive, you will be in passive politics, active politics. And I can see more, as I say, more male students than female here. So for you also, it is very important to understand when you will be working with politicians or in any organization. It's not that, यार उसको एक message send किया था, मैंने just joke किया था, but she doesn't like it, so she can charge you. Means you have to take care while working in political front, in organizational front, to know what are the women's right and how can you get protected, how you shouldn't behave. These are for you also. Means outrage of modesty, POSH Act applies to you also when you will be entering into your commercial and business purpose. And so, yeah, I think we can start. It's not bad on your part. It's not bad on your part. No, but the thing is, the specific section doesn't allow you to get bail also. On her basic complaint also, you will get arrested. You have to prove in the court. See, in all criminal activities, you have to show the intention. I'm answering you. If you doesn't have any, if you don't have any intention, na, you have to prove. But the thing is, on her complaint only, police will arrest you. Pardon? Courts are at all non-biased institutions. Yeah, yeah. They will ask you that why you did this, and do you have any evidence? I was telling a guy who carried me here. I don't know his name. We were discussing about Evidence Act, and I was telling you, no, the Indian Evidence Act is very rigid act. It's very hard to show and to establish any crime in Indian courts because our Evidence Act is very rigid. For this, because of this act, many criminals are getting acquitted easily because, as I was telling him, in very various crimes related to women, we don't have direct evidences. In rape cases, it happens only in areas which don't have people's proximity, or in lonely areas. And in private, these offenses are done in private. So we don't have any direct evidences, and because of Evidence Act's rigidity, many criminals get acquitted easily. So I'm again coming to point, you have to prove beyond doubt that your intention was only friendly. And so I'm suggesting you, kuch aisa mat karo, which will make you in trouble. Because these acts are really protecting women, and they are woman-oriented, woman-centric laws. Sorry, but at present, we don't have such laws. Yeah, you miss in a political course, and you people are going to become good political front faces, back faces. You definitely have to start a movement to get that law enacted. But at present, it's not like that. So I think someone was asking about misuse of laws. I think he is sitting here only. He was referring to Bangalore case when an IT guy did suicide, and he was doing some Facebook live. He was complaining about his in-laws and his wife, and he was asking about misuse. I'll tell why misuse. For biggest period, this was a part of women. Women were committing suicide. Women were getting killed, and after these acts, women are getting slowly empowered, and for some cases, the pendulum direction is of that thing. So yeah, there are misuses, but in very rare circumstances. I will tell definitely that domestic violence or such cases are very rare, where women are harassing up to certain level that men tend to suicide. Men tend to commit suicide. So misuse is not, means in cities or in some areas you will definitely see misuses, but in rural area still women are getting harassed. Rural area, still women's life is hell after marriages. They are just working timelessly for their families, their kids, and not getting anything. So, so these are not at all like there is any misuse of law by women. It's very rare cases. So please don't get angry why women are all having protection shield. They need it. They need it. See, you don't, have you went or have you lived, have you some part of your lifetime, have you lived some part in rural areas in India? So have you seen that you are, exactly. I was talking that only. In here, I can definitely say that some amount of misuse is always there. In India, at least, we people feel very happy when we break laws. This is my statement. Though I'm a lawyer, no. Here, अरे मैंने कैसे पुलिस को घुमा दिया, मैंने कैसे फ़ोन लगाया पॉलिटिशियन का, मैं कैसे छूट गया, यूँ करके छूट गया. You know, we feel happy when you don't obey, and when we stand for our turn at signals, and when somebody crosses me and goes me, he looks at me कि कितनी पागल है यार, why you are standing for a green signal. जाने का अरे ऐसे छूट के जाने का, कोई चेक नहीं करता. So this is a bad thing. This is a really bad scenario in India, that we tend to follow such things which shows or makes us hero. कि मैं law, I don't follow laws. मेरा सब, I have good connections, I am well connected. This politician, that police officer, this social activist, and I get freed easily if I do any crime. But in women rights, such thing doesn't happen, because lot of women related crimes happens at home. Women are very much unsafe at home also. Have you heard that provision? जहाँ पे घर के कोई, like there was a case, or there are cases when we get sexually harassed when we are kids. We are adolescents, and by our elderly people in our family. And you know, that happens, and that starts from houses only. Women are very much unsafe at houses only. A father sexually exploits his own daughter. These cases are happening in cities, and that's why these laws are important. It's very unfortunate that a father who should be safest for any girl child are harassing his own daughter. How come this happens? Why this is happening? And that's why these laws are important. Means, for your question, yeah, at some point, a man also feels unpleasant if some woman touches him improperly. I mean, I'm having any doubt कि ऐसे कुछ हो सकता है क्या? But some cases, yeah, means a boy doesn't like his friend touching him, or a man doesn't like. But there are no such laws, and I don't think there will be such a need in near future. Sorry to say. I'll request, start a movement, and please request and send such movement and the letters and the resolutions to our government, Modi ji. So I think now people, you can start, you can ask more questions, and any issues, any cases you want to discuss with me. Have you understood the, sorry. Have you understood the basic concept of legal rights of women? Yeah. So, just like that person. Yeah.
When you are accused, thank you. You had said earlier that to him, first of all, the fact that you are that concerned about some woman putting a false accusation on you is ridiculous. The chances of that happening are ridiculously slim. We don't need to worry about it. But you had said that if a woman puts that accusation on somebody, if, say, for example, ignore the sexual harassment aspect of it. If I have a bank account, the bank tomorrow gets robbed. They say that I robbed the bank. Isn't proof the burden of the accuser? You said earlier that if I get accused of it, I have to prove my innocence. But if you are accusing me of it as the plaintiff, you have to provide evidence that I was at the bank and I robbed it.
Yeah.
How come in this one specific case we don't have that?
No. I am saying that in your case, or in any criminal accusations, means any offense, when a police get any FIR filed before them, they don't arrest anybody immediately. They have to follow certain investigation process. Means if somebody get robbed at home, and if for instance, I go to police that my house got robbed yesterday and I have to file FIR. They have to follow all process, like they have to follow our suspects, take their statements, check CCTVs and all that stuff, and after few months, they complete their investigation, and then they tend to arrest if they don't find that person, specific person, coming to them, attending their calls and giving cooperation to investigation. But having said this, in outrage of modesty cases, after immediate FIR, police have that legal provision, they have to arrest that person.
It is my right. If I don't want to cooperate with an investigation, I don't have to.
No, 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 it's not your right. When police calls you for some proper investigation, means you can ask for FIR, you can ask for complainant, and when you are a woman and you got some call, you can tell them that I can come during daytime. This is also right, that when police calls any woman, they are only entitled to call them within daytime. They can't call any woman in night time. So another thing is, you can tell them that I'm coming, I don't have right, I'm outstation right now, I can come. But if they have the proper FIR and your name is written by the complainant as a primary suspect, you have to cooperate. If it is a properly filed case. But many a times, what police officers do, they immediately don't file any complaint. Because sometimes they think that there might be some bad interpretation, or there might be some false case. So they don't file proper complaint. And they just call you ki jara aa jao, thoda inquiry karna hai. So you can ask them that what is the case, what is the FIR number, and what is my role in that. Am I supposed to come as a witness, or am I supposed to come as a suspect? And then only you have to go. But if it is a properly filed FIR registered case, you have to cooperate.
Questions?
I understand that the investigation has to be complied with. But how come under that circumstance, if someone files a complaint against me, how come I have to prove that I have no part to play? Don't you have to provide like this guy, it's him, here is why I think so, and here is what this is. See, I didn't grow up in India, I grew up in a different legal system. There, what we had was, if you were to accuse somebody of something, there has to be biometrics, there has to be proof this person was at this time here. His phone is traced, his bank records, he made a payment, something or the other, tying that guy to what this happened. Otherwise, without that, even the police won't entertain you. If you don't have any evidence, how come only under the specific instance of domestic violence can I be acquitted without proof? Then the proof isn't, if the police are investigating, then the proof isn't the burden of the accuser, then the proof is burden of the police.
Though in all criminal cases, proof is on the burden is on prosecution only to establish a crime and to charge a specific accused. Burden is on prosecution only. But only thing is, I'm telling you that in other cases, police has to have that all investigation process properly followed. When they call you as accused in normal cases, you are not culprit in their eyes. You are only a prime suspect. And
so
they
I can
call
be
you
detained as a suspect.
Only suspect.
That's ridiculous.
No, you are a prime suspect.
So I can be detained under the pretense of being a suspect.
In outrage of modesty cases only. Only in outrage of modesty cases. I'm telling you again, this is a separation. These are the special legal rights for women here. And you won't get bail immediately.
So if I'm a suspect, let alone even if I'm the primary suspect, I can be detained, and then if I am acquitted, if it is proved that, hey, this guy was not the person who did it, the time I spent being detained, what comes of that? Then I just am detained, I lose like whatever,
This
if I
comes
work a
under
job or
rights,
something.
that comes under rights of under trial, and there is no proper legislation for that. There
And
is
that
no
is
proper
constitutional?
legislation. There is no act for under trials.
And that is constitutional? This is okay?
Means
That's
nobody
ridiculous to me, I'm sorry.
when legislatures pass any law, they come, the need comes from people at large. Until in 2025, there is nobody has initiated a movement for right of under trials. You can start. Yeah, yeah.
Hello. Okay, so I just want to ask a very general question that why do men feel so attacked that about the conversation about women right? If they are not the problem, why do they take it so personally, and how can we implement this in our system from the starting only, that they know the real difference between the rights which are, we are making the, like the rights are for helping the women rather than blaming men in the society.
Sorry, can you just, please
Wait a
don't
second,
discuss.
please.
Let me answer. Please, can you repeat the question? I couldn't
Yes.
exactly.
Why do men feel attacked by conversation about women right? If they are not the problem, why are they so defensive? And how can we put this into our system in education, that these are rights for empowering women and not blaming them? Like, they feel so attacked that, oh my God, मेरे लिए भी चाहिए.
Yeah, I'm telling you the basic gist. Basic gist means I'm doing the general statement. This regards to your view about woman, means man's view about woman. Nowadays it is very common for a man to blame a woman. Kya re kya, you have multiple rights. When a husband comes to me for any divorce cases, na wo bolta hai all rights are from woman. No, they need it. They need it, and the thing is their view about women's right is different. Our family, our social system is that woman should be submissive, woman should be an ideal wife, she should be an ideal daughter, doing all household work without complaining, and when she asks for any right, she gets such thing. Kya re, kya zarurat hai? We also want this. No. For longer time, for thousands and hundreds of years, women are being suppressive and women are getting suppressed at family till date also. Only the thing is, these rights are empowering women to ask for justice, to seek a justice. At least there are few machineries to whom she can go and ask for justice.
I just really want to say to all the men here कि it's not that कि we are blaming you for something, but the mindset of our patriarchal society is that एक औरत अगर काम करे तो दो रोटी घर पे बना के जाए तब जाके काम करे, and that is why these rights are made.
And the thing, let me complete her statement. Let me complete her statement. Only thing, let me complete. In addition to you, can I answer please? Don't get into a debate. Just a minute, let me answer this. In addition to this, I will like to tell all the girls who are going to become women, who are going to get married. After marriage, whatever work you are doing, these are of high paid workers' work. Means when you hire a nanny, she takes charges of 3,000 per hour. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. No cross talk. Ma'am is talking. Be quiet. Unko suno. I know it's not your question, but it's for everyone. So be quiet.
So you got my answer? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, can I answer you? Only the thing is you have to change your view in legal. त्यांना माईक द्या ना कोणीतरी. Give him mic. Yeah, please, please.
So, ma'am, basically, men should also have rights equal to women. That's my point. If if there should be equality, then equality will come with this only. Not only giving rights to women and protecting rights of women. Men also have rights which are to be protected.
Can you tell me which rights?
Ma'am, if they put a false accusation on me and according to you, I have to cooperate with the police, then there should be right where men should also be given like priority of their decisions, what they did.
So you want some changes in criminal procedures?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And then I have a question. What about the criminals who get acquitted in rape cases when they don't have any direct evidences?
And what about false accusations?
Yeah, but please don't.
Uh, I'm not taking blame on boys, but the
See, can I answer? Please, please, can I answer?
You know, you don't have to worry about that because actual rape cases का यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, तेरे false accusation का तो कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है. So don't worry about anything.
See,
okay?
I will answer, please, please let me answer. You are talking about equality, huh? When we are talking from long back, like 500 years, 600 years, men are here from birth, and women were here from birth. Now, due to these legal rights, women are trying to get equal human treatment with the help of these laws. Till date, many women are being objectified as a sex symbol. I should say it, I am telling this is very much true things. Do you think many men treat women as an object? They don't feel woman as a human being. First, what I say, try to give respect to woman as a human. She is just like human, just like you on this earth. She is not only for reproduction, to satisfy your sexual needs and to work, do household works. No, she is a human thing. She is a human being. First, you have to accept this term in your mindset. And then only you will feel ki yeah, she needs equal treatment as men, because men are getting good treatments from our society from thousands of years. You have to understand. Do you want to change your house when you get married? No. No. Just imagine in her shoes, you want to change your house and go to her your wife's home. How you will feel, and there you will get all taunts, like how you look so bad. You don't cook, you don't work properly. So try to understand. We are not attacking man here. We are protecting woman. Only we are defensive. I'm asking you, you told me one thing, that in criminal procedure, you want protection. Another thing, do you have any suggestions? For what other rights would get deprived because of women? Do you have?
for in high risk jobs also, mainly men's are considered there. Then where is your equality? Only for protection of the rights.
I'm not getting. Again,
In
you
high
repeat your
risk
question.
in high risk jobs,
Huh?
there are mainly in constructions, there are mainly focused on men, like the worker should be a man. Then where is the equality? Only for protection of the rights.
Yeah, then we are fighting for that. We are fighting. There is a constitutional provision to equal opportunity to women at workplaces. Still you are telling me the truth which I am trying to tell you. Ki still these things are happening. And that's why we need women rights. You are telling what I was trying to tell you. Okay, next.
Excuse me.
Let
I
everybody speak now, yeah.
Just one announcement. I request everyone to ask questions and to not argue, because we are here to do a conversation with ma'am and we are here to learn. Everyone will get a chance to ask the questions, okay?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Excuse me. She was yours.
Please take a mic.
May I? Ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, since everybody is talking about equality between men and women, here women or anyone per se in the legislative is not talking about, the masculine power or the physical equality between men and women, but the equality in opportunity. So equality, there is always one thing that is equal, equality in equal circumstances. So when women and men has same circumstances, then we can talk about equality. Right now, we need equity. Apart from that, this is my answer to someone who was talking about equality in the physical work, hardcore labor and all. Of course, a woman cannot do a hardcore labor because of her body type. That is a biological difference. Exactly. That is a biological difference between a man and a woman. And apart from that, there's this one thing that I want to ask you. Since things has been progressed so much, since so much years, we have been talking about women's rights so openly. Don't you think that it's an high time that we introduce sex education in schools so that men and women have proper knowledge about each other's body, and apart from that, each other's physical ability and the emotional ability that both the people have. Because both the gender have a different kind of physical ability and the emotional ability. So
Yeah. Can I answer now? There are now sessions of sex education from age 6 due to a very unfortunate incident happened in one big school when the bus driver sexually harassed a 6-year-old female kid. And after that, every school has started sex education from age 6. They are now teaching a girl student about bad touch, good touch, whom should they allow to touch, and how they should report it to parents and their teachers. There is also, they have started it. They have already started it. They are introducing stage by stage. Means at age 6 they are showing good touch, bad touch, but at 8 when they come to 8th standard, they are teaching everything about sex education. So it is going on in schools nowadays. After that, school case happened in Pune. Yeah.
So ma'am,
Yeah, please stand up, means I can see. Yeah.
so in the name of protecting and everything, isn't it that it is what it is made from earlier? It is the function of men and women to be worked differently. Women are supposed to make rotis, as she said, and men are supposed to change tires. Men are supposed to change tires. So what about being femininity or masculinity? In the name of
Ek minute,
protection,
let him answer. Let him question first. Please listen to him.
in the name of protection, just the powers or everything is put into the women's, they are more powerful. It is not equality, but it is just disbalancing the thing in the name of equality.
Can I answer? If you don't have any perception, I will like to answer this. Why this need started? As you say, there were good bifurcation in past when all marriage and family system got percolated in India, in our Bharat. There were proper segregation of works. कि like मर्दों ने बाहर जाके काम करना है, औरत should reproduce and look after kids. Let me answer. When this started happening, why we feel it necessary? Because when women spend their entire life in raising kids and doing rotis, and my husband says, you don't earn, I am feeding you, there is a need.
It is something that some families practice. It is not the general tendency of the society that happens. I have my mother and sister at my home. My father promotes them. My sister goes for work. She does everything. And she has not to work at home. It's not at all. It is just a part of society that does it. So just because of few family or practices that few families perform the practices, is it compulsory to make a law for every of this thing and accusing men that it is the only men that do everything and not women that do everything?
No. You are telling exact opposite ratio. You are very fortunate that you have such family background and your father and you thinks and you treats women very nicely. But these families are very few. You are doing wrong ratio. Many families are treating a slave, a household worker, a reproduction system for women for longer time, and when woman spend her lifetime in raising kids, and at the end of her life when men says you didn't do anything, I fed you, then this was a need. See, the system was very ideal. But the harassment by the superior section to weaker section started, and then we start to have such need to have such laws to protect women. I am not encouraging any fights in domestic level. I wish that men will give a proper respect to women and women will give proper respect to men. But this never happens. When somebody is depending on you financially, you will tend to treat that person in lower level. That I am feeding you. This is a normal human psychology. When you have a house help, she is doing your household work, you are paying her. Means in both ways give and take is there. But how we treat that lady, काम वाली बाई है तू बस, मैं तुझको दे रहा हूँ ना पगार, चुप बैठने का. This is a mindset of a human being. You can't change it. That's why if you look into surrounding your environment, हम मराठी में असं म्हणतो की चिमणी पाखरं पण स्वतःचं अन्न मिळवतात. Why not a woman? She is also part of this earth and she has to have her own financial resources. Then only she can live respectful life. बोला बोला आपण मराठीत बोलू शकतो.
She has the right to do that. It's nothing an issue. But just under the name of law and that thing, I feel that is little wrong. That rights and laws and legal actions is something that is different and two sides of coin.
See, why again I'm telling you, these rights are not being applied every time. Women are not tend to do like this. They want a peaceful, good married life. When things goes wrong, they have that astra only. This is only weapon. They are not using it every time. I'm not killing. But I have my gun, and if somebody is attacking me, I'll definitely shoot him. This is just like that. These legal rights are a weapon which women have to use in unfavorable circumstances. That's it. That's it.
Ma'am, am I audible? Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Ma'am, my question is that since we're talking about women empowerment rights and there are certain acts and everything is there for safety of the woman, don't you think that the patriarchal aspect has been completely taken over at a certain point and now these rights are being misused? Let's say that the prima facie investigation in any said women empowered case should be done in a way that whether the woman's complaint, whether if it is of a true nature or not, because as someone here raised a question that there are no certain rights for men, I will suggest that there should be a straitjacket formula as when a woman's complaint is being taken, whether if that is an honest one or not should be question marked.
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to tell you the basic mindset of Indian woman. Indian woman doesn't go and file cases easily. They do it when the things go up to this level. First of all. Secondly, this is why this legal shield is there, because if she goes to police are not going to treat her properly. I know it. She is a woman in their eyes also. That's why these provisions are made कि whenever woman goes, everybody knows that she will go at farthest level after a tolerance. You are telling a few cases. I know there are some misuses, but you are telling a 2% misuse. I am telling you 98% times when women are still harassed. Have you heard the cases when a boyfriend is killing and putting her parts in a fridge? Still this is happening with a woman, man. It's not that women are living in a very safe world till date also.
Taking my question wrong. All I'm trying to say is let there be rights, let there be support to women.
So you are saying the same point that you should have a legal, proper criminal investigation system.
I'm asking a straitjacket formula to first check whether the said complaint is a false one or not. As you said that there has been a case where a girlfriend is being cut and it's put in a fridge. There are also cases where the woman is cutting down her husband with a boyfriend and putting it in the said drum.
Yeah, that's true.
Excuse me, sorry. That's not something which we need to applaud.
But again,
we need to address it.
You are telling about 2% misuse of law. And I am telling about 90% need of law. I am not saying there are no misuses. There are misuses. But you are seeing only in cities. Go to rural areas where women are being harassed at its peak. You don't... See, why I am telling you, the crime related to women doesn't get registered easily. Even in domestic level. If a man wants a sex and she says no, it's a right. But at domestic level also, woman gets raped. That is another story. Let me finish her. So I am getting what you are trying to say, but why there is a need of such laws that these things are still happening with women? Go to rural places and see by your eyes how women are being treated, and that's why we need such laws.
if at all there's a said cell for taking the complaints, the complaint at the very moment is taken in hurry and it is not went ahead to be checked whether if it is an honest one or not. My statement is that let's cover the loophole, and I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong. I'm saying it's correct.
Whatever he said, I think
98%
you
is
are
completely correct.
telling the same thing. I think in some different views, but you are trying to put the same point that you should have a protection in criminal proceedings, right? And I agree
Investigation should
that.
be there, yeah.
I agree that, and I asked him that we can start a movement and ask for that. At present, it is not there. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if somebody wants to say something, so we are closing down. Okay? So it was nice talking to you, and please all man, change your view towards women. That's the only thing I want. Okay? Thank you.